Hello and welcome to the video for interactive design for Tuesday, October 20th. Let me go ahead and let you guys in from the waiting room.
Yeah, that's my bill.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hey.
I finally got my mic working. So yay.
All right, Spike.
Spike in the house. Watch your mouth.
And I noticed that your little icon there is green now instead of purple. Is that right?
Yeah, I just inverted the colors.
Oh, cool. That looks good.
Thanks.
Let's see. And then we've got Grady saying hello.
Hey, Grady.
In the chat. Hi, Grady. Okay, well, welcome you guys. Let me go ahead and take a second and put you into the attendance, and then we'll get going. Let's see. I believe I was hoping I had Pima open somewhere, but it doesn't look like I do. So I will open them now. Pima.edu. Go in there. Okay, and then I'll click on this stuff. Attendance. And go to interactive design. And update that. And we'll do this. Okay, cool. I think we're good. All right, so let's see. Let me go back to the class website here, which is, don't tell me. It is here and here and here. Okay, so, well, we have one student who's not here yet who may or may not have a presentation ready. And when she comes in, we'll see if she's got one, if so she can give it. And then Spike, you're gonna do yours on Wednesday, or did you want to try and do it today? What are you thinking?
Aren't they different classes though?
Oh, I'm sorry. You were talking about the other class. You wanted to give it on Wednesday?
Well, they're different classes, right?
Yeah. So, in other words, at this point, you're due to give presentations in both classes, both this one and the other one. And
Right.
so I'm just wondering. I know you had some technical problems. I know you have one done, and I don't know if it was the one for this class or the other one.
It was a thing on history of YouTube. I don't know which one it would be more applicable for though.
Okay.
I'm thinking more so the other one. The other one's more like video editing and
dar252.
design.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll let you work on one for this when you have time for this class.
Yeah.
Okay. I did want to share. I don't know. Do you guys know? About Adobe Max?
I've seen the emails for that.
You know a little bit about Adobe Max? You heard about it?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Okay.
It seems free.
Yeah, it's Adobe Max is Adobe's annual rock concert. It's their annual convention, and it's online. And it usually you have to pay a bunch of money to go in, but this year it's free. And if you don't, you could go on. It's happening right now. You could go on and you could watch like free lessons and tutorials, and learn about all their new products. But let me show you. I'm going to share my screen here. And show you like one product announcement that came out today. So there's a huge Photoshop update that they added today. And there's this thing called neural filters. And what you can do with neural filters is, well, let's just watch this short video and see what we can do.
Hello there, Paul Tranny here, and I'm excited to show you a brand new way to make dramatic edits in seconds and to experiment with new creative ideas. It's just a lot of fun. It is the brand new Neural Filters in Photoshop. So take an image, go to Filter, go down to Neural Filters right here, select that. There's going to be a number of them in here, And we'll start with style transfer, just turning that on. So it basically, based on machine learning, understands what this photo is, what it actually is, and then actually will apply that style that I picked off to the side. So it does it pretty straightforward. It analyzes the actual photo. So a lot of machine learning going on here. And there's a number of styles that you could choose from. You can play with those settings. You could output it as a new layer like I'm doing right now, blend it with maybe the original, something kind of like that. It's kind of fun to work with. Let's move on to this use case, right? It's like, hey, you know what? I just want to colorize it. Go into neural filters rather than me doing all that work. We'll go into the beta filters, colorize. There it is. Click on that. No hands mode. It does it for me because it's trained on millions of images. It knows what grass looks like, what the sky looks like, all that fun stuff. But it also knows people. It's trained on millions of faces. So it will actually give you a smart filter. So let's just go ahead and open up this neural filter. You will find it right in here, smart portrait. Just turn that on, right? And then from here, this is what you're going to want to do. So you're going to want to play with the facial age. Let's just crank that all the way up and see what happens. There we go. Actually, that was really fast. By the way, I'm using an HP ZBook. It's running an NVIDIA RTX GPU. So it's built for these AI-driven neural filters. That's why it's happening so fast, which makes me happy as I give myself more of a smile, inferring what my teeth would look like, right? That's great, right? Adjusting my head direction to make it a little bit more interesting. And let's actually avert my gaze a little bit. So you're looking kind of back at the camera is kind of the idea, something kind of like that. And again, it is a smart filter. That's what's happening. I can change it later on as well. It's a lot of fun. Check out the neural filters in Photoshop today. Thanks for watching.
I have to tell you guys that actually I look like this guy. I'm about 20 years younger and I have brown hair, but somebody ran a neural filter on me. I ended up looking like this. So I haven't been able to figure out how to get back. Anyway, what do you guys think? That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, now they're going to be having these announcements all week about new product updates and stuff. Now, since you guys have access to the Adobe programs via Pima, you can actually just go do this update right now and get all this cool stuff. So, oh, by the way, I wanted to say something. There was a big hubbub about this. You know the thing that he just did where he made himself smile? Well, Adobe introduced this. Adobe said that they were going to introduce this about 6 months ago. And what they did was they took some photos of female models and, you know, they made them smile. And there was a bunch of blowback because feminists were saying, you know, you can't mess with women's emotions, you know, in ads and things like that. And I just thought it was interesting that that was one of the pieces of feedback because, of course, we're in this age now where there are things called deep fakes. Does anybody know what a deep fake is?
No.
Grady, you know what a deep fake is, right?
Somebody put me on game, please.
Let's see. Right. So Grady says deepfake is AI generated images. So for example, what they can do now, and they're especially worried about it with videos, but what you can do is you can take a video of like a famous person like President Obama and software will analyze his face. And then you could, they even have software that will analyze his voice. And what you can do is you can type in a new speech that you want him to say, and then it will emulate his voice. And then the video will move his mouth and move his head around like he's saying the words that you typed in. So you can create a fake video of anybody nowadays, essentially. And they're worried because, you know, you could potentially have Vladimir Putin say he's going to bomb America in some fake video. And then how would people, you know, respond to that? Let's see. And there was one on Obama recently, like I used him as an example, but let's see, deep fake video of Obama. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Trip by the fake Obama video. Deepfake technology explained. Let's see.
Liberal.
Let's get past this ad and see if we can explain this a little bit.
sophisticated computer program millions of images and sound bites, it can learn to do this.
President Trump is a total and complete different. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
It's called a deepfake. We have the facts. Crafting realistic humanoids in video games or CGI movies used to take years of training, hundreds of people, and millions of dollars. But that's just not the case anymore. Today, with just a little facial mapping and powerful artificial intelligence, these sophisticated machine learning techniques are becoming accessible to people who don't necessarily have massive movie-making budgets. Usually, deepfakes are created to make unique videos, like making Nicolas Cage play Lois Lane in Superman, or putting Steve Buscemi's face on Jennifer Lawrence's body during a Golden Globe speech.
I just like, it was just, this was very truly surprising for me.
But as the technology advances and becomes more believable, worries abound.
You can sort of see a trajectory develop where within a year or two, it's going to be really hard for a person to distinguish between a real video and a fake video.
And as deepfakes spread across online platforms, many have crept onto the darker parts of the internet. Famous singers and actors have been victims to pornographic deepfakes, and sites like Twitter, Reddit, and Pornhub have banned deepfake videos altogether. Deepfakes could very well be used against the US by hostile actors. Elections, political campaigns, and national security could all be at risk.
How we move forward in the age of information is going to be the difference between whether we survive or whether we become some kind of up dystopia.
We know there are people out there that are trying to divide society, influence elections, and we know this capacity exists. So it's only logical that at some point someone's going to take the next step and sort of weaponize it.
But don't fret. The US Department of Defense is already working on ways to uncover whether a video or photo has been doctored in any way.
Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet. It's a time when we need to rely on trusted news sources.
Like USA Today, for a start.
So what do you guys think about deep fakes?
Yikes. But thanks for showing us that.
Oh my God, that's Steve Buscemi on Lopez. That was the terrifying thing I have ever seen.
Right? I mean, it's Halloween, but yikes.
That was pretty creepy. Okay. Now let's see. We were on the Photoshop updates, and so so that's the first one, neural filters, which looks pretty fun. I'm going to play with that. Here's the next one, sky replacement. So next up is a feature Adobe already teased earlier this year, sky replacement. Using this feature, you can either simply auto-select the sky by itself, or use the built-in sky replacement option to select a new sky from Adobe's database. So you can see, the original there and then the replacement skies. Also very cool. Now, all of this stuff is powered by Adobe Sensei, which is Adobe's AI that they built. And they're incorporating it deeper and deeper into specific programs. So we got that. And then here's some examples. There's I guess that must be the original sky there. And there's the change. Here's the original. And then they put in some fantastic stuff. And this is interesting here because when we were looking at the video above of the neural filter, when they took that canyon and then they sort of Picasso'd it out and then blended it with the original, I thought, this would be a great way to make fantasy landscapes for like games and stuff like that. And then if you took that and added in like a fantasy sky, you'd be all set. You could use stock photos and transition them into fantastic landscapes. Or you could use it for anything, any type of landscape you want to create. Here's another example, or a couple more examples. Okay, so the next thing that they're throwing into the bundle here is Refine Hair and Object Aware Refine. It says a less exciting but probably far more practical feature is the addition of two new tools in the Select and Mask workspace, Refine Hair and Object Aware Refine mode. It says Refine Hair is exactly what it sounds like, the button now at the top right of the Select and Mask toolbar. does the refined edge brushwork for you and attempts to intelligently select out your subject's hair, even if they're standing in front of a busy background. The goal, says Adobe, is to improve these features so much that any person can be selected out in 2 clicks. The first would be subject select, and the second would be refine hair. So it shows you color aware, object aware, and then object aware and refine hair, and you can see how there's more finely detailed selection of hair in here. So it says the second update is the object aware refine mode, which is specifically designed to differentiate fine details against similar backgrounds. The new object aware button enables a special refine edge mode that lets you brush over and select out fine details with a startling amount of precision. According to Adobe, the lion above, well, it's this lion below, was selected in just a few seconds. First, using select subject to get the general outline, and then the object aware refine edge brush to select out the lion's mane in just a few strokes. One more powerful tool in the select and mask toolbox. So that's really cool. If you've ever tried to select hair in Photoshop, you know what a challenge that is. There's also something called the new plugin experience. So it says there's new plugin launchpad inside Photoshop and a plugin marketplace in the Creative Cloud, sort of like an app store. So I guess there's going to be plugins for Photoshop that, you know, third parties could build, and that's pretty cool because imagine what could come of that. Now they have a couple of other things. These are all for photographers, and it says, but there's also something called Smart Object Reset, Live Shapes, and Pattern Preview. Let's see, find out more about these updates. Okay, so let's see, Smart Object Reset, Live Shapes. Let's see what the Adobe blog says about these. New version of Corella. Okay, come on, give me your Photoshop update. Photoshop AI. Okay, I do. Let's see. Let's see. Neural filters. Okay. Okay, that all's neural filters, I think. Wow. Okay, sky replacement. They go into a bunch about this. Okay. I guess they've got a new Discover panel with better search help and contextual actions. Okay, here we go. Here's one of the new things for designers. Something called Pattern Preview. It says patterns created in Photoshop often end up on the clothes we wear, in the games we play, and used in a huge variety of other outputs. Creating a perfectly repeating pattern can be tricky, but now it's easier than ever. Pattern Preview is a document view mode that allows you to envision how your document will appear as a pattern. In this view mode, we virtually tile and repeat your document. You can move and adjust layers in this mode as well, so you don't have to wonder how it will look as a pattern. So that's very cool. You used to be that you just had to design this pattern and hope for the best, but now you can preview it. So here's something else called Live Shapes. It says creating and adjusting shapes should be simple. We have made dramatic improvements to shapes and the shape tools for this release. First, you'll notice a new tool within shapes to create triangles. Oh, thank God. Like I've been waiting for triangles my entire life.
Right?
Yeah. God, what did it take? Did somebody have to pay off somebody?
Somebody snapped.
Yeah, somebody came in with an automatic weapon. I need triangles.
In the boardroom.
Okay, so finally, before we have triangles. Second, we've added on-canvas controls to make resizing and adjusting shapes intuitive and fast. Try creating a rectangle, triangle, or polygon to see the new on-canvas controls. Third, we have made shapes easier to adjust after they've been created by adding new controls to the property panel. Okay, and it says beyond these changes, we've made improvements to the line tool, the polygon tool, and a whole lot more. It sounds like a really major upgrade. And then reset smart objects. Over the past several years, we've made continuous improvements to the panel's properties panel. Our goal is for the properties panel to become an indispensable component that enables workflow velocity by surfacing the most common actions and tasks in context. They've got reset smart objects is one of the things. This is talking about the plugins that they're bringing in. And these are some of them. You can manage your stock photos, collaborate, do image editing, and it says utility and other exciting plugins. So we've also got version history of cloud documents, a preset search. Oh, wow.
What? Yay.
Yeah, I got Photoshop for the iPad when it first came out, which I might say is like 6 months ago. And it didn't live up to its expectations, you know. It's just, it is Photoshop, but that's about it. So now it says that you can do some other stuff. Change the dimensions, resolution, and sampling of your PSD file to fit the output. Added a document properties panel and some other stuff. So they're slowly improving that. Looks like we now have now gallery and live streaming options. So this is really cool. Like if you ever want to do work on Photoshop and live stream it to Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, looks like they've added that, which is super cool. Oh, check this out. It's sent directly to Behance, which is their online portfolio that they own. So that's a way to get people to go to Behance. Apparently you're not putting it in Facebook or anything like that. So anyway, those are some of the updates. So definitely, I'm going to do it. Definitely upgrade your Photoshop. Just go to, adobe.com or whatever and download the upgrade, or use that little Creative Cloud updater. I've got one right here. And you just, see it says Photoshop update available, and you just open that up, right? Yeah, so definitely check that out, you guys. It looks like cool stuff, and we'll and check out the Adobe Max conference. Let's see, maybe if I just go to Adobe Max, Adobe Max, because they're going to be announcing new updates and stuff like this. Like, who knows? Maybe they'll have an equal update for Adobe Animate, maybe for Illustrator, maybe for some of the programs that you like to use. And so this conference is live right now. You can see, let's see.
Every movie for George Lucas, I would go meet with him, person to person. He would tell me why he made Star Wars, the story he was telling, and he would show me the movie. He would tell me who was doing the what, who was the most important character, what the movie was about. I would go back to the movie studio and they would give me still photographs from the movie, and I would get hundreds of still shots, and I would pick out the ones I thought were exactly what George was talking about for his movie. And I picked out the ones I thought were the most beautiful and the most important. This is my studio. This is where I do all my work, all my painting, all my thinking, all my mistakes. What I'm doing at the moment is working on something that Dean asked me to do. He wants how to train your dragon triptych. It's kind of based on a couple of things I've done in the past, like the Star Wars, I did a triptych, and it became everybody's favorite touchstone for the movies. And he loved it so much, he would like to have something like that for his. That's all I've been doing. I'm going through hundreds and hundreds of pictures from the movie that I picked out that I might be able to use. When I was at Art Center, I loved to paint and draw in color, but to do it like the Impressionists did, with lively, beautiful color, just telling the story. It's intuitive. I want it to be beautiful, like everything else I want to do. I love sharing.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. But isn't that amazing? I just saw all 3 How to Train Your Dragons recently, and they're so good if you guys haven't seen them. But that's really cool to see that triptych he was working on. But anyway, here it is. Like I said, it's live. So you guys can check it out. And here's their live event schedule. All of these people that these fantastic artists and people who are going to be featured, and of course they'll probably also do recordings of it and put it up on their website or blog or whatever. So definitely check that stuff out. Okay, now not as much fun, but let's go back to our class. So have you guys made any progress on your animations, your ads that we can look at? Anybody got something we can take a gander at? And suddenly the room goes quiet.
Hold on, I was on mute. Sorry about that. I have a handful of things, so I don't know if anybody else wants to go before me because I feel like I might hog it up.
I think you might be the one and only. Let's see.
Well, it's a handful of questions, so maybe everybody's questions are wrapped up in here.
Well, okay, let's find out.
There's a chat. Let's see. Oh, Trevor.
Am I gonna look at any objects in your folder?
I do have my I started an animate file, so yeah.
Okay, so what am I looking at? Black Cat Dispensary?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know, I guess we should go into the animate file because I need help with my actions. Like I dropped music on the timeline that I want to play at the beginning, like as the ad opens, but it'll play, first of all, it'll play and animate only from the beginning of the timeline. Like if I pause it in the middle and replay, the song won't start. And then it doesn't play at all when I test it.
Okay.
And I played with the code, but I think my code is whack.
Code is whack. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I might be dropping it in either the wrong keyframe. So I have action questions, movie clip symbol questions, why my ad is loading so slow. I don't know if there's something I need to change, questions. And those are my top questions, everybody.
Okay. I don't know how to get rid of this damn. All right, it's thinking.
Okay, it's probably my ad.
Okay.
Hogging up all the...
Just trying to get rid of that. Okay, let's see. So, all right, let me close some of these damn windows. All right, so let me take your timeline and drag it up so we can see what's going on. And maybe I can make this thing fit in the window. All right, and then turn off the guidelines. Okay, I also have to move you guys maybe down here. Okay. All right, so first of all, I don't know how useful this will be to you, but if you take your audio and you click on that audio layer, you'll notice over here that it's set as event, right? And as a result, you know, you can only play it from the beginning when you're testing this. However, if you set the setting to stream, you should be able to play it from anywhere. You hear the sound?
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get there. My computer's doing a jig. Okay.
Okay, now the other thing I noticed is you don't have a layer on top called actions.
No, I deleted it because I was dropping code all over the place and messing everything up. So okay. Greg, really quick, I'm on the audio file and I'm sorry, I'm on the audio part in the timeline and I'm over here, but my stream is grayed out. I can't
well, no, click right on the orange thingy itself in the audio layer.
Okay. Still not doing it. Do I have to right click? Because it's not.
No, I clicked on it. You can see I'm right on the orange. See how my screen, I clicked right on it, and now I have the choice of stream.
No, mine's still grayed out. So that might be a problem there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is because it works on this computer. Are you on a PC?
No, I'm on a Mac.
Okay. I'm not sure what that is.
Should I put it on loop?
Put it on what?
Loop for the under event, because since stream is grayed out, it gives me the option to loop the event.
That's weird that it gives you the option to loop.
Let me zoom in on my timeline and make
Wait a
sure.
second. What version? Do you have the latest version of this program?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're clicking right on the orange, just like I am on the screen, right?
Let me open my Zoom back up. Give me just 1 second. Okay, let me see, Greg.
Okay. Do you see how I'm just clicking on the orange here?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you click. Click there, and then it allows me to go from event to stream.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Okay.
Well, maybe you could save that and send it back to me with your settings. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me try some. No, I'm just kidding. It's still grayed out.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that, Latiz. But let's talk about the actions. So what are the actions? What's the first action you want to be able to do?
The first one is when I test it, you know how it does like a jump frame, like it shows my stage and then shows that orange pumpkin really fast.
Let's see.
When I open it up, it like jumps real quick. It doesn't open up clean on the pumpkin, on that orange square.
Now, by the way, it takes a long time to, the reason yours takes a long time to process is because it does take a long time to process these HTML5 files.
Okay. Sounding spooky.
Okay, clearly that's not happening the way you want it to happen, right?
Well, that's the thing. When you open it up, it takes like forever for the pumpkins to open. So like if you let
I see. You mean if we keep letting that play.
Yeah.
But the sound I heard was this.
Yeah, scratchy noise.
Is that what we're supposed to hear?
It's like a fade into a song.
Okay,
Can you play it in animate and then see how if it does it for you in animate? Because
Skid it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try it. Okay, let me try it as event and try it again.
But my music never played when I tested it, so good luck.
Well, maybe it's the format. I wouldn't recommend using a WAV file. I would use an MP3.
I tried and it wouldn't, when I tried to drop an MP3 in, it was grayed out and wouldn't allow me. I kept getting like a...
You had an MP3 of this?
You want me to drop it in the drive?
Actually, yes.
Okay. Give me just a moment, please. If anybody else has any questions like this, sorry, I feel like I'm hogging up the question time.
No, it's okay. I think you're right. I think your project will allow us to demonstrate a lot of different things.
Okay.
Let's see. So there's the audio file. It's embedded. It's part of this. And when he publishes it, it probably publishes that as a link. But let me test something real quick. So I'm gonna save this on my desktop. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna make a folder called Latisse, and I'm gonna save this. Okay, now then you are uploading your MP3 to here.
Yeah. One moment, please.
I'm gonna get the wave for now. Just
skid it. Skid it. up my weed as soon as the day start. Give me a pound and I break it apart. Push on my clothes, smell the green in my car. Ain't coming close.
That's
Okay.
the one. Okay, so I think I dropped the right MP3. I edited it a lot of times, so it might be off, but that's okay. It's still an MP3. It's in there.
Well, let me add, so what I'm doing, I'm gonna put the wave in there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna download the MP3.
I hope that's the right one.
Skid it.
Sounds like
Sounds
it.
right. Yeah, it sounds right. Sweet.
All right, so where are my damn downloads? Here. Find it. Okay, copy it. Desktop. Please. Okay. So this is what I'm going to try. So one of the things you have to remember about Animate when used on the web, and of course we're working in an HTML5 document, is that Animate doesn't hold any of the content inside of itself. It links to the content, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you sent me your file, you sent me this FLA file, but I didn't have the MP3 music file, right? Or the WAV music file, which I just got. So what I'm going to attempt to do right now is place this file into Adobe Animate, and it will make a link from the Adobe Animate file to the MP3, so that when we publish it, it should have that link in there, and we should actually be able to hear the music.
Okay.
So let's see if that works. So what we'll do is I guess I'll just nuke this audio track.
And it has to be in an MP3 format to do that?
No, it can be in several formats. I wouldn't use WAV because WAV is like a giant, perfect sounding format, and the files are too big.
Okay. That's probably
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go import to library. And then here's my MP3 in the same folder, right?
See, that's what I got.
Okay, so that's what you got. Okay, great. So it doesn't like my MP3, or it doesn't like that MP3, I should say. Because I think it does work with MP3s. See, yeah, see, it shows you right here that it will work with MP3s, but it didn't like that version of the MP3. Now let's try this WAV audio file.
I converted it online, and I probably should have used Media Encoder.
Yeah, use Media Encoder. Okay, so now I've replaced your current WAV file with my new one, which is linked. It's linked to this. In other words, it's in the same folder, so it can find it. Now I go back to my audio layer, the very first keyframe, blank keyframe there. I grab my audio file and I just drag it on the desktop, and it makes this long audio thing here, right? Okay, so now I can click on this, and it's set up as an event. So let's see, first of all, if it will play some music for us.
Thank you. Nope.
Yeah, so whatever the issue is there, I would be willing to say the issue is with your file. Let me see if I can prove that. If I go to Bensound and get one of the most annoying pieces of music ever, like,
Oh, get something cool.
no, I like that because it's annoying. Let's see, how about this one?
Oh, hell no. That's annoying. What about
okay, how about,
what about that brain one?
Just for you, Urban Groove.
Yeah, Urban Groove. Come on. Yes. Yeah. Let's do that. Thank you.
I'm going to download this. By the way, this is a great place for you guys to get music for your school projects, or you can pay for them for real projects. Okay, let's find the Bensound. Where are you? Bensound MP3. Okay, so we're going to copy this. We're going to go to our Lattice folder and paste it in there. Now, la 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 la. We're going to go here. Okay, we're going to delete this layer. Make a new one. All right. Okay, import to library. So we got something called bend sound. Okay, so now we go back to the first frame here. Go to the library, move the bend sound over here. Try it again.
Dun, 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 dun. Wait for a minute. Okay.
Right, so
Wait a minute. It's not done yet.
what?
It's not done yet. It has this super slow delay.
Oh, no, I know that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the sound to work.
Okay, yeah, it works. Whew.
Okay, right, it works. So, so something's jacked up with your audio file.
Okay, thank you.
Now, now the other thing, like I said, is you can change this from event to stream,
Okay.
and then you'll be able to scrub through. And like if you're trying to coordinate certain things to happen,
Yeah.
like see this beat, you can see that these are beats here,
Right.
and you could coordinate your animation to happen at the same time as that. Okay. So
Okay.
now, okay, the next issue is probably that it takes a really long time to see your pumpkin. Is that right?
No, that's how it's supposed to be because it's timed with my music.
Oh, I see.
But when it opens up, like right when you open the ad, it has like, it shows the stage and then it shows the pumpkin. It's like this real quick jump.
You mean like instantaneously?
Yeah. It's like quick. It doesn't open on the pumpkin. It opens on the stage. Not in the animate, just on the test.
I don't understand what you just said.
Like when you go to test it, instead of opening on the orange pumpkin square, it opens on the black, like charcoal stage really quick, and then it shows the pumpkin. So I don't know if that's just how it tests, or
No,
if that's
that's
something.
not how it tests. That means something is there in the very first. Oh, I didn't see the pumpkin. I saw the black.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right. So the black. So what that black means is that. What does it mean? It means, let's see. Let's turn off these one at a time.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, what does that mean? Well, I suspect that your background is black.
My grids are on, but that
Yeah.
wouldn't.
So see, your stage color is black, right?
It's like a charcoal.
Well, charcoal, it's this color right here.
Yeah.
The problem is it's showing, there's nothing there, even though this looks like there's something on the stage here, it doesn't think there's anything on the stage on frame one.
Okay.
Now, let me see if I can prove that or help you with that. So
Thank you.
let's put this layer here called example. And then I'm going to do two things. First, I'm going to make, you know, just some little drawing here.
Oh. He's googly eyed.
Okay, now if what I do in my actions layer is I stop it on the first frame.
Okay.
So I go window actions and then click on this for code snippets. Open up my HTML5 canvas code snippets, open timeline navigations, and double click stop at this frame. What should happen is we should see this little guy on frame one and it should stop there, but let's test it. Oh, he'll be on a black background, so we won't be able to see his body, I think, just his eyes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, okay. So So what it did was it showed that black for a second, and then it went to this first frame and stopped. So yeah, I would have to say that what that probably is a loading. It's probably the loading screen. Now there's an easy way to fix that. You're not really fixing it, you're just cheating. Let me show you, and of course I love cheating, so let's see how that works. If you sample this orange color, and then you go modify document, click on your stage color and sample that. Okay, now the background is going to be that orange color too, right? Which means that when we load it up, we should just see that orange for a second before it switches over to this frame. Right?
Okay, so what happens? Well, the stem still comes in delayed, and then what about the existing dark background?
Well, so there doesn't seem to be anything I can do about the delay. That just seems like a loading delay, right? And the way I fixed that was by changing the background color to the same background color as this, right? So we're probably going to have to live with that. The next question is, what do you want to be on this first frame? Clearly not my guy.
It's supposed to be just the orange pumpkin and the green stem.
Okay, so this is the orange pumpkin and that's the green stem?
Yes.
Okay, so we got that successfully. Now the question is,
so
in other words, we don't want that to stop. We just want that to play because like you said, you coordinated it with your music. So you want to remove this stop action here, right?
I guess so. I didn't know if I needed to add an action or remove an action. I didn't know why it was jumping, but loading seems to make sense. That's why it does that.
That's the only thing I can do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, so what's going to happen is if I take this stop off, so your music's going to play and then eventually an animation is going to happen, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's look at it. We're going to hear my music now, but my music's better.
It's groovy. Yeah, it's groovy at least.
I should have put that ukulele in because it would torture you.
No. Oh long delay. Keep the patience up. I don't know why it goes so slow. There we go.
Okay, so I don't know. I kind of like my guy there.
Get your guy off my ad.
Yeah, that's an old one. He's gone already.
Do you think if I were to change the stage color to orange, just make a square background, that charcoal color?
Well, all I did was I went into modify document and clicked on the stage color and sampled this.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like,
yes. Well, no.
Get the dark background back because like orange doesn't count.
You want to get the dark background back?
Yes, because the background, it's supposed to just be orange, and then underneath that orange
pumpkin,
black. It's that gray it has to be charcoal or you won't see the cat. That's why it's that weird gray color. But
okay, well, which one of these colors is it?
You can pick any gray, like a dark gray.
Is this dark gray okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Just so you can see the cat.
Okay, well, that means that we are going to see that. We're going to see that jump screen.
Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that. Oh, well. I wish the font would have loaded for you. So do I need to break it apart somewhere?
I don't know. I mean,
fell asleep.
Yeah, so I think I understand your question now, which is, you know, yes, what I would recommend you do is change that background back to orange and then put in a layer where you put in a square of just that charcoal color above it,
Yeah, okay,
because that will solve a couple problems right there.
right. Checkity check. Okay, I'll play with that. And then I have a couple more questions. Does anybody else have any questions before I keep squawking?
Are you guys okay with, are you learning things? Is this okay for us to work on her file?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so my
We
next
got one yes vote, which I mean, which I take to mean the entire class. So
Okay, well, everybody, we're moving on to movie clip symbols. So
Okay.
I deleted my tweens. I just left the symbol because I need your help. So anyways, on the jack-o'-lantern, the face is a movie clip. And when you go into it, I would like it to go from black to that gold yellow, you know, and kind of like transition. So it looks like the pumpkin's lighting up. So I dropped the keyframes and I put in the colors, but when I went in and did the tweening, it wasn't doing any kind of transition. So I just deleted the tweens.
So it's this face, the jack face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer so we can test this out. Call this Jack. And we'll drag the Jack face onto the stage.
Okay.
Now it's a movie clip, which means if we double click on it, we go into symbol isolation mode and we see whatever is in here, right? Now, was it within the movie clip you wanted his colors to change?
Yeah. Can you close your snippets, Greg, and actions so I can see? But yeah, down on the timeline, he's supposed to turn yellow, and I just dropped a keyframe and then changed his color.
But it's not working?
So I removed the motion. I have removed the tween thinking
Okay,
maybe.
so let me show you how we could make a color change here. So we can add a new layer and put it behind him. And I don't know exactly how he's set up, so I'm just gonna see if I can get this to work. So what I might do is, you know, make a box that's the color I want him to be originally. And of course, I don't want this damn stroke on it. I gotta undo that because I just hate strokes like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this big yellow thing here. I'm gonna double click on it to select it, and I'm gonna convert that to a symbol. And I'm just gonna call it a color box. And I'm just gonna make it a graphic. Okay, so now we have our yellow symbol. It's yellow there. And then what I'm going to do is insert a new keyframe down here at the end. Okay. And so what I want to do is if I click on this very last frame and I click on the object on the stage, I can go to properties and I can go to color effects and I can go to tint. And in tint, I can change the color. Okay. I'll try to change it to something not too obnoxious. Let's see. It was yellow. I don't know. All right, let's make it this color blue, right? Okay, so frame one, it's yellow. Frame whatever, it's blue. Now you just right click in between and create a classic tween. And the classic tween will work on any type of transformation that you want to make, whether it's movement, size, color, rotation, right? So now when we play this back in, at least inside the movie clip, he slowly changes from the yellow to the blue color.
But his eyes are still black, so I just have to delete to make the eyes do what we're doing. But for his eyes. Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to break these apart and get rid of the orange.
Okay.
And make that just be black. And of course, if you wanted this transition to happen a lot quicker, then you would just move this keyframe over to here somewhere so that it happens really quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Right? Now, theoretically, because this is a movie clip, if we go back to the main timeline, which you can do by clicking on this arrow or scene one, Okay, let's see. So, it put the orange in everywhere. That's not cool. I just wanted it to be around the jack. Okay, so I'm sorry. What you would have to do probably is like, have an outline of Jack's body and just color that this color. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because right now what it's going to do, it's because I made the huge thing. It's going to show everything like that, but we should still be able to see it
Yeah,
work.
see the idea of it.
Yeah, it should still work in here. Now I just put it at the very beginning because you got nothing else going on. So at the beginning, so
I can break up. Hey, I'm glad you're witnessing what I'm going through on my end in real life.
yeah. My pain is your pain. Okay.
In real life, you guys, this is happening.
Okay, so
because I did that with his, I don't know, I tried to do what we're saying with his face. Like I have his eyes are black on one frame and then they're gold on another, and I did the tween and it just wouldn't change. It did exactly what the test just did. Nothing. Nada.
okay, let's see. So that is okay. Well, you know what we may be up against. Not everything that you can do in Flash works in HTML5.
Okay. Is it called, what is a shape tween?
A shape tween is something different. I can show you that in just a sec. I'm going to try this one more time. I'm just giving it a little more time, but I suspect that the problem is that HTML5 doesn't know how to handle this kind of transition.
Okay.
Now I have a solution for you though. It may do better. It may do better with this. So instead of changing the color, so let's go here. Let's click on this thing. I don't know what the hell. I guess I'd have to redo this. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to remove all these frames.
I tried to click on the face and go to object, like to, mess with the colors there, but it wouldn't, it had no options. It was bizarre.
Well, let me show you another option I think that would work. This is a long movie, man. All right, let's see.
That's my.
Okay, we're back to having one yellow pumpkin guy, right? In fact, I'll shrink him down and we'll pretend that this is just his actual body, so that you get a better idea of how this is going to change, right? Okay, so now we got that, and it is in fact a symbol. So we'll make this be a really short transition. We'll insert a keyframe at 2 seconds. Now, what I'm going to do, instead of transitioning the color, I'm going to transition the opacity.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll go down to alpha, and I'll set the alpha to 0. So essentially what's happening is he is going from yellow to transparent, right? Now, I can take this, let's see if how I can do this. Yeah, I'm going to copy this keyframe again. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to put that down below the first layer. And I'm going to paste my new yellow guy in place there. So that's my new yellow guy. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually break this apart and then turn it into a brand new symbol. I don't want it to have the same name as the other symbol because I don't want what I do here to affect the other symbol. So I broke it apart, and I'm converting it to a new symbol, and I'm just going to call this blue. Okay, so now I have my blue symbol here. I'm of course going to change its color to blue. Theoretically, let's see. Okay, I have to go in a symbol edit mode to change its color. Let's see. Blue, okay. All right, back to the main scene here. Oh shoot, I mean back to this guy here. Okay, so now this one's blue here. I'm gonna insert a keyframe here, so it's also blue there. And then at the very first one, I'm going to click on it and make it completely transparent. Okay, so now with the blue guy, we have the blue guy theoretically. Oh, I got to put in a tween here. Okay, we have the blue guy going from alpha of, completely transparent to completely blue, right? We've got the yellow guy going from completely yellow to completely transparent. And so the end result of that is as the yellow is disappearing, the blue is appearing, and it gives you the impression that it's changing from yellow to blue, right?
Yeah, I like that. That's a good hack.
Yeah, it's a hack, exactly. Now, whether it will work or not is dependent on if HTML5 can dig on that code, right? So let's check it out.
What if it can't, man? You're trying. That's crazy.
Well, it's just part of the game, putting in the time to figure out what will and won't work.
All right.
I mean, you can also do the research and figure out, hey, what works, what doesn't work.
Okay, that worked. Sweet.
Okay.
Oh, get your face out of here. Get out of my ad, dude.
All right, whatever, my God.
I might have to throw him on there. Real logo. He can be the real logo.
By the way, I'll send you this file when we're all done. You can play with it, do whatever you want, or I'll just upload it. I'll just upload it.
I mean, I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I'll figure it out based off what you showed me.
What is your next question? Or
my last question, it's a button question, and it has to deal with the stage. On the stage, I have a little bud, and I would like, after the ad plays, it to be clickable so that it takes you to the first frame of the audio timeline just to replay the music. Is that possible?
Yeah, so if I go to your library, what's it called, your little bud?
It doesn't have a name.
Oh, let's see. See if I can locate it.
No. It's under one of those Flash folders.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. But I don't know where I looked for it. I just clicked them on the stage to find them. Oh yeah, buttons. That's where he would be. That's him, I think, at the top, that group. Buttons, under buttons.
Oh, this group?
I think so, because those little crumbs are weed crumbs that are around him, I think. It's hard to tell.
Okay. Well, let me just make a random button and then I can show you how to do that.
Okay.
Or actually, I think I want to use, I saw an O. Oh yeah, I want to use this. Oh no, that's a movie called. Okay. I'm just gonna make a random button. So, all right, so I make an object, I convert it to a symbol, in this case, a button. I'll call it test button. All right, now the purpose of this button is gonna be to take you back to the first frame, right?
The audio timeline, not necessarily replay the ad, yeah.
Well, right now the audio is starting on frame 0. You could move the whole audio if you made a blank keyframe somewhere else in the timeline. You could have the audio start at that place, right?
Okay.
And then you just have the button go there. In fact, I'll do that just for grins. So I'm going to trash my audio layer, remake it, and I'm just going to say that I want my audio to start at 2 seconds, right? So I'm going to create a blank keyframe, find my audio and drag it on there. And now my audio starts there, right? So, all that means is when the movie starts, it has to wait 2 seconds before the audio kicks in. But whenever somebody clicks this button, you can direct them right to this frame where the audio starts.
And that can happen as with the audio starting at frame 1 too, right?
Yeah, but remember it's frame 0 in HTML5.
Okay.
Okay. So, but right now it says frame 60. which actually means I can never figure out how this is. Does that mean it's frame 61?
59.
Is it 59? Yeah, it's 59. You're right. Okay. So, all right. So here's my button. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it an instance name because I always forget to do that. So I'll call it, well, I guess I'll call it test button.
I never do that, and then I'm scrambling. That's probably why my stuff's all backed up.
I only remember when Animate reminds me. They're like, "Hey, you forgot to name your button. Do you want me to name it for you?" That's kind of like that's kind of like somebody saying, "Hey, you forgot to clean your room. Do you want me to clean it for you?" And I'm like, "Sure."
That's where you go wrong though, and then everything's named the same with a number. You don't know which.
Yeah, that's no good. It's better if you do it. So anyway, we open up actions. We open up code snippets, right? And then we say, okay, timeline navigations, click to go to a frame and play.
Okay.
So when somebody clicks on that, we want them to go to frame 59, which is showing up as frame 60 on your thing here, right?
Okay.
Now, in addition, we also have to add that stop all sounds thing that I showed you guys last time, because see, what'll happen is once your music starts playing, if you tell somebody to go back to the frame where it starts playing again, it'll start a second instance of playing. And so what you want it to do is you want it to stop the original music and then start the new instance. Does that make sense?
Even if it automatically stops at the end of the first round?
No, if it automatically stops at the end, you're okay. In other words, what I'm trying to say is you got to stop the music, the old music, before you start new ones. And if it stopped playing already, you're good. But if it hasn't stopped playing, you have to stop playing it through code.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so, but what this means is I have to click this button within the first 2 seconds, and then it'll jump me up to there. I think I want to add in my stop all sounds regardless. So it's, like I said, I can never remember this, but it's like create JS stop all sounds.
Yeah,
I think that's actually what it is.
Greg, would you do that? So would you use that same code if the music's playing and then say the customer just doesn't want to hear it anymore? If you have that code. Okay.
Exactly. That's what if you turn this into a speaker with a no symbol over it.
Right.
That's exactly what it would do. It would stop all sounds, right?
Yeah, I want to do that because I want it to be optional, where you push it and it plays, or you push it and it stops.
Right. And so so in order to get it to play, you would have it do this, and in order to get it to stop the sound, you would have ActionScript that just has this, right? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add it to this code, because what that means is when your video plays or your project plays, I can let it play and I can let it be starting to play the music and everything. And at any point I want to, I can click on that button. It will stop the music that's playing, take me to frame 59 and start a new instance of the music playing, right? Or at least that's what it should do.
Or you can click it and it'll stop completely, right?
Yeah, if you took this code off, which makes it go somewhere and play the music again, right?
Okay.
So you're talking about two different buttons. One button would stop all sounds, and the other button would restart the sound, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so let's test this out. Test movie in browser. Oh, okay, here's the problem. It hit the stop all sounds and it didn't play your music. So that is an issue. Let's see. So let's see.
Should this stop? Okay, let me know.
So let's see. Let me see how I would fix that. So yeah, see what happened was it played these first 2 seconds and then it hit here, which is where the music's supposed to start, and it says this. Now there is a way we could do this. It's a little more monkeying around, but let me show you how this would work. Let's say that we wanted your music to start right at the beginning of the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long this music is. Oh, it's super freaky.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see if I can remove like half this music to demo this concept. And of course, you could take this music and edit it in something like Adobe Audition to make it much shorter. God, this is the longest music piece ever created. Remove. Okay, so now we have a much shorter piece of music, right? Now, what we could do is, you were talking about having this button appear like after the music is played, right?
No, it's just on the stage.
Okay, it's just on the stage. Well, okay. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is,
It's behind those orange triangles.
okay, hold on a second. I got to think it through. So what we want to do is we want to have it play this sound, but stop all other sounds. So that means that it has to be stop all sound first.
At bare minimum, at least once it plays through, because it's such a short clip, at least be able to replay it if you'd like.
Okay.
Like just push play. Just a play button, I guess.
Let's see.
For starters.
I'm gonna try something here. I'm just library Ben sound. Okay, so I'll create a new blank keyframe here. I'm not sure. Oh, it's because it's only one thing there. Let me just go all the way down to the end of your thing and hit the F5 key. Okay, now I'm not sure if this will work the way that I hope it will work, but so theoretically, well, no, that's not gonna work. It's gonna have exactly the same problem. Yeah, I guess the only real way to do this would be have two buttons. One button would have the no symbol with the speaker on it, and that would just have this code in it, right?
Okay.
And then there could be a button right next to it that says, you know, play music or something like that. And then that music would just have a go to and play.
Okay.
And it would go to the option where you would play the music.
Okay. So just create two buttons. Yeah.
Okay. I'll leave this in here, this code in here so you can play with it, but it doesn't really do anything right now.
Okay.
What else you got?
I guess that's it. But that code, Greg, it's not going to, like, even if I create two buttons, that stop code isn't going to shut my music off, is it?
All right, yeah, it will. Oh, I see. You mean because, well, see, the problem is, yeah, I think the problem is that the code is in the frame and not attached to the object. Let me see if I can attach it to the object. So,
and that's why I had to delete my action layer, because I was dropping code everywhere, because sometimes it was working on the objects and sometimes it wasn't.
Okay, so let me, so this object is on, what layer is that freaking object on? It's on my actions layer. That's pretty terrible. Okay. So let me click on this first of all and move it. I'll put it on the jack layer here. Hey, you're supposed to be gone. Delete. All right. So edit, paste in place. All right, there it is. Now, I want my code attached to the object itself, not to the frame. And see right here, it says current frame. So just so you guys know, you can attach ActionScript to a frame or to an object, right? Now, it looks like anything that I do here will attach it into this, into the frame. So what I may try to do is double click on this and put the code into, let's see if I can put the code into the actual object itself. I don't know if this will work or not. We'll give it a shot.
Seems like it would. I hope it does.
I hope it does. Well, see, look, select a single frame. See, the problem is this is not a frame. So I can fix this. There is one way I can fix this. I can break this apart and turn it into a movie clip instead of whatever the heck it was.
Button.
Wow. It won't let me grab it now. It's just being a complete jerk. Right, whatever. I'll do a green button.
At least I know it's not just me, because
It's not just you. It's
I have drama with my projects. I'm like, what the hell?
wow, this is really weird. Oh, this is what it is. It switched to the white selection tool instead of the black. Anyway, I'm going to convert this to a symbol, but this time I'm going to make it a movie clip, and I'll call it green button. All right, I'm going to give this a shot. So now if I double click on this, I can go into the first frame of this, and I can add an action. And then I can open my actions panel and my snippets. Oh, well, I don't need my snippets. I just paste this in. Where's my create? Copy. All right, so now this is my hope. Since this is on the first frame of this, let's see. My hope is, well, let's see. What do I want to do? I want to say on click. Let's see, I want to put an event listener on that and say on click. Okay, let me try something out. Actions. All right, let me try this again. I'll go back to scene 1. All right, so now we have this. So what we want to do, we want to give that a name, an instance name. So we're going to call this green button. I think I have a better way to do this. So that's a symbol. It's a movie clip, right? It's called green button. Now, what we want to do is we want to put some code in that says when somebody clicks on that, we want it to stop all sounds, right? So let's see. Event handlers, mouse click event. Okay. Okay, mouse click event. Let's see. This green button, add event listener, click. When somebody clicks on it, then you put your custom code in here about what you want to happen. And what I want to happen is all sounds to stop. Does that make sense? Okay, great. So let's see if it works. Control test movie in browser. Yep.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So just, I don't know, I want to make sure I heard you right. Did you drop that code in the first frame of the main timeline, or were you in the clip itself?
I'm in. Yeah, I abandoned the whole idea of being in the clip.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I
But
saw and heard
see,
that right.
I do want to make one really important point here, and this applies to all you guys. When you drop ActionScript code in, it normally, if you click here and you open up this window, it's going to drop the ActionScript code into the frame, which means that as the timeline progresses, when it hits that frame, it's going to execute that code, right?
Right.
Now that's why when we put just the create.js stop sound in a certain frame, it stopped all your music, right? Now the only other way that you can use ActionScript in this context is to create an object, a symbol, give it an instance name, and then call the instance name from the code, right? And so even though this object is on the stage, it's got an instance name of green button, which means if in this first frame, we can put in, what I did was I put in something called a mouse click event. And so what happens is it adds something called a listener. So it adds an event listener. It says, okay, I am listening for whenever somebody clicks on green button. And then it says function, add your code in here for what you want to happen when somebody clicks the green button. And you can put in whatever you want. Go to a frame, stop the movie, stop the sound. And so I use this one, which stopped the sound, right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so let me, before I forget, I'm gonna save this on my desk.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay, and we'll do edited. And then what I'll do is, so this is in my Lattice folder. Oh, I need to save it right in my Lattice folder file. Save as in my Lattice folder, edit, save. Okay. Now, okay, let's get rid of this. We can get rid of the HTML.
And that wave.
Get rid of the wave. Okay.
So I had got my audio from YouTube, Greg. That's why I just did an online thing. How do I download a YouTube file? Does anybody know?
Well, there's something, what you want, audio? There's something,
Yeah,
there's something called Ripper programs. And they're not technically legal or whatever, but rip audio from YouTube.
That's what I used to get. That's what I used to get this audio.
Okay, well, you know what it was?
MP4.
It's YouTube's copy protection. They
Oh,
messed you up so you couldn't. They found a way to sabotage your file.
suckers. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's plan B? What do you suggest I do now? Change my
Plan
song?
B is to go out and buy the CD.
I don't know what's wrong on this thing?
Oops. Let me give you this folder.
Do you think they're gonna catch all the files? Or should I just browse and test my luck? Last semester, I didn't have that problem at all. So I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's that particular file. Maybe something got corrupted. I don't know exactly what happened. You could try a couple of different rippers.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, just buy the clip, or something on iTunes or something.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so there's my folder, and it's got, oh shit, that's not my folder. Wait, what happened? Oh, it's still uploading. Sorry.
I have the song on my iTunes. I just don't know I have to figure out how to get it onto my computer.
Okay. All right, and remember that my file uses this MP3, which is in the same folder, so it can link to it, right? So you want to do something similar. Once you get a working MP3, put it in here, and then import it into your library, and it'll make a link to it right there in your folder.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Lattice, actually, because let's see. Trevor has a suggestion here. It's called YouTube to MP3.com.
That's the one I use, homie.
Oh, okay. So sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna try it again. I'll try it again.
Mess around. Have Trevor do it for you.
Trevor, help.
Come on, Trevor.
Trevor.
Okay, let's see. Now, let me go back to all the rest of you guys. Thank you for your patience. I hope you guys
Thank you guys for going through that with us.
No, but remember, actually, Lattice, because I had asked you guys last week, I said, hey, look, your project's due in a week. Why don't you bring in something with questions and problems and stuff like that? And you did exactly what I asked. So don't feel bad about taking a big chunk of the class. How about the rest of you guys? Any of you guys have questions or problems with your files that we can help with?
No.
No?
No.
Do you have any suggestions, Livia? I know you're really good in here. Do you have any suggestions, or do you think I need to do anything? Anybody?
No, I'm not good in this.
You are, girlfriend. Your work is good.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you guys, I'm going to give you a choice here.
Yes, next week, the day before Halloween, would be great.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong choice. Let's see. Interactive design. Well, okay. Now that you said that,
yeah. come on, please.
Okay, do you guys want an extension?
I do, because I'm trying to do the most, obviously.
I look at this. I support her.
Yeah. I'm
All
over
right,
here trying to drop audio, to have things disappear.
I will make you guys a deal. All right. If I will give you an extension to the 29th for this project, if you will, if you will work right now, you will work the rest of this period on your project. Does that sound like a deal?
Promise.
I can totally get down with that.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the deadline on here to the 29th. Gives you guys an extra week. And I want you guys to work right now. I'm gonna turn off my video, but just chime in if you want some help and I'll pop back in, okay? And then I'll check in with you at the end of the class.
Okay.
Let's see. Trevor said it was 2020 that I made a deal with that would change my life. Oh, Trevor, you got a bad deal, sir. So James says, yes, I'm now just started my t-shirt template for my Halloween ads, so deal. Okay, great. All right, so you guys work on this. Like I said, go ahead and put some text in the chat or speak up. If you have a question, I'll just pop back in.
I have a question real quick. Okay, so I have that bud typography and I noticed like when you test it on your end, it's not showing. So do I need to break it apart or convert it to an outline before I bring it in AI, from AI?
So what happens is, like when I first opened your file, it said, hey, I don't have these fonts, right? So that's what happens. When you, what I recommend to people is that they create two versions of their program or their project. You create a master version and then you create one, or actually maybe a better idea is this. Let's say you have some text on there that's in a funky font, okay? Double the layers. In other words, duplicate that layer so that you have two layers of that text, right? Take the top layer and break it apart so it's now an image, right? And then turn the eyeball for the, let me show you. It's easier if I show you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let's say that, let's say I want to make some text. So I'm going to make two layers here. And you guys can choose how you want to do this. I'm just going to show you one method. Okay, so I've got two layers. One's called real text, one's called broken text. Now on the real text layer, I'm going to put Halloween and put it in some weirdo font that nobody else would have on their computer necessarily, right? So I'll just pick one. Oh, that's a pretty cool font. Not appropriate for this, but pretty cool font. Okay, now that's on the real text layer, right? Actually, you know what? I don't even, okay, right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this thing which is on the real text layer, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it in on the broken text layer, paste in place. Now, I'm going to turn off the eyeball on my real text layer, so we only have the broken text layer showing, correct? Okay. Now I'm going to take my object on the broken text layer, I'm going to break it apart, and I'm going to do it twice, because the first turns it into individual letters, but I think there's still a font, although it has worked in the past when people have only broken it apart once. But I always break it apart twice because then I can see it's clearly a graphic, right? Now, if you want, you can even group it after you've broken it apart. So now it's just one big graphic, right?
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to change my publish settings. When I go, I'm going to go File, Publish Settings. And you see how it says when it publishes that it includes hidden layers?
Right.
I'm gonna uncheck that. And I'm gonna say, okay. Now what that means is when I go publish this, it's not gonna publish my real text layer. It's only gonna publish the fake text layer, which is what's showing, right?
Okay.
Now, if I wanted to make any changes to this, I could go, oh, you know what? I wanted to say Happy Halloween, right? I could say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm turn that off, turn this on. This is still text, which means it's still editable. So now I can go in and I can go, oh, I really want this to say, you know, Happy Halloween. And I want to make it all much smaller. Okay, now, as a result of that, I'm gonna have to copy this again. I'm gonna have to go back to my broken text layer. I'm gonna have to get rid of this because it's no, oops, sorry. Get rid of this because it's no longer relevant, right? Paste in my new Happy Halloween, break it apart twice, break apart once, break apart twice, maybe group it together. Okay, and now once again, I'm at the same place. When I publish this, it won't show the real text layer, it'll show the broken text layer, but that will mean if I play it or anybody else plays it, it will actually look correct, right? So what this does is it sort of covers you at both ends. It still gives you text that you can edit that won't show up when you publish it, but then it gives you text that will actually show up, which we can see because it's now graphic instead of text.
Okay, and my typography is actually already a graphic.
So you're good.
Break it apart then, because I don't know why it's not.
Well, if yours is a graphic, you should have no issues. I don't know why it didn't show up.
Threw me off. Yeah, that threw me off. So I'll just make sure they're all broken apart. Maybe I'm not sure.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Any other questions before we have you guys work on your stuff?
No. No.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Go ahead and work on your stuff. I'll check back with you near the end of class.
Sweet. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Okay, I'm just checking back in with you guys to see if you made some progress or if you have any questions for me.
I'm good right now, Greg. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you're
just
good?
tinkering around. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, please continue to work on that. And like, you know, I'd like to encourage more of you guys to do what Latisse did today, which is bring in a file that you have questions about. And I'm happy to help you, and we can all learn from watching that. So hopefully some of you will bring that in on Thursday. Once again, the deadline has been pushed back a week. So the project's now due on the 29th, which is a week from Thursday. So have a good couple days, and I will see you guys.
Thanks,
this
everybody.
Thursday.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.